Shit hot. Smoking a bong. Edit that out, though. I'm fucking good now that I saw you. Thanks, bud. Okay, what's up, guys? I am as always. I am Joe Vargas. And next to me is Maggie motherfucking Duarte.
That's right. 2 times.
2 times.
Should be 2 times.
Where do we start at, dog? Shall we just go right into this shit? Or, well, first of all, how was your weekend, Mags? You ran?
I ran. Oh, yeah.
Damn,
what the fuck?
Headphones and shit. We need new headphones, guys.
Yeah, go for me for the headphones. Yeah, sponsorship, maybe something like that. Yeah, I ran Saturday, Sunday. It was good. It was chill. How about you?
All kinds of shit. Hurt my back, but anyways,
nothing crazy.
I broke my back.
My neck and my back.
Spinal. Yeah, but anyways, this weekend there were some fights. I didn't want to tune in.
I didn't either.
Because I didn't want to pay to join the circus. Mm-hmm. But as a boxing fan that I am, hater, whatever you want to call me, I did want to see Jake Paul get tested. And I guess I got like 2 rounds of that at the very end. But I didn't see it. I went and saw the highlights, and I'm very disappointed with Chavez Jr. and that whole... Even Zurdo Ramirez, bro, for taking pictures with Paul as he's going to fight him next. And it wouldn't surprise me if he did.
Wouldn't surprise me either.
Where is the freaking sanctioning bodies?
Yeah.
Where is the commission at? I remember not being able to fight a guy for 8 rounds because my guy only had 3 or 4 fights.
Right.
But you're letting these guys fight for yeah, it's disappointing. I wouldn't be mad at Jake Paul if he fought some live bodies. Sorry about that, guy. I got hot in here. Thinking about this
I know, I was
fight.
like, it's not cold in here.
Thinking about this fight and got me hot. But anyways,
there's only one reason why I tuned in. And we'll talk about it at the end. But there's only one reason I just wanted to watch Floyd Schofield. And that kind of, the time that I tuned in just so happened to be right when that kid Joel Iriarte was fighting. And I was like, oh, this is a decent, I saw the card.
Yeah, I want to see Joel, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had a tough fight. He pulled it out, but it's a tough fight. Those are the kind of fights he probably learned more from than
just knocking guys out. Absolutely. But you know what? You're 100% correct. I think this shit, it's like a shit show, man. It's like, we've talked about it before, and I'm pretty sure we've said it here. What in the history of NBA, right? Like, has a guy or even perhaps maybe a walk-on, right, in the NFL, but even then you have to prove that you're good enough to play in the league.
To make the league, yeah.
To make the league. And it's like, what is, and I was thinking about this, is that the beauty of boxing, right? That you can be a guy with no experience, no prior experience, and get in there and, you know, and for me, the crime is really like charging people to watch that shit. That's really the like the fucked up part of it, you know? But is that the beauty of boxing, or is that like the downfall of boxing? You know, should there be more stringent? Should there be more, you know, how can I put it? Kind of what's the word? I'm drawing a blank here. But more, God, the word keeps coming and going in my fucking
he's suffering
mind.
from Joe syndrome, huh? Now you know what it feels like, dog.
Should they be more, fuck, dude, it keeps going. It like comes and goes, dude. But there's regulated. Damn, something, you know, in that aspect, should that even be allowed? Should that be a thing? Because, well, it is a thing. It shouldn't be a thing, right?
No, it shouldn't. In my opinion, it shouldn't. But, you know, the people be like, oh, you're just hating. He's promoting. Somebody said the other day to me, hey, man, he's bringing a lot of eyes to boxing. So when he's gone, those eyes are going with him. Mm-hmm. Those guys ain't sticking around to watch fighters.
You know, I saw a quick, I think I was watching Showbiz, and if I'm not mistaken, he said that there was a lot of eyes during the fights, and then it tanked when Paul was fighting Chavez Jr.
Whoa.
I don't know if I misunderstood that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Let's talk about the fight.
Yeah.
The actual fight, because I saw the highlights and I saw Chavez looked like he came out and he just went out there to just cash that check. Because he didn't. He reminded me of a guy with experience at the gym, sparring guys that don't know how to fight. The first 5 rounds, 6 rounds, just pressing them, slipping, pressing, blocking the shots, nonchalant. He never looked worried. He never looked nervous. And then finally in the last 3 rounds, he said, I got to have some kind of dignity and throw some shots. And if he would have done that from the get-go, the fight would have been over.
Absolutely. Quick. That kid, Paul, he always fades at the same time, around the 3rd or 4th round. The dude's done. The guy's done. Had he even started pressing him in the 3rd or 4th, he still could have pulled it off, you know?
Yeah.
But that just goes to show, man. How you gonna watch this dude fatigued and not go after him? You know, I am on that bus of, hey, I think this shit's fixed, man. I really do, because my boy didn't throw not one punch. I think the fucking first round, dude.
He didn't throw shit.
That's crazy.
And that's like the at this point, I feel like it's sad to think that Tommy Fury had more balls than than Chavez Jr.
Yeah.
Tommy Fury went out there and he fought. You know, he tried to beat him. And
he did.
Now, we don't know. Allegedly, he got paid and that was it. You know, he just did it for a paycheck, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
But a real good friend of ours, he was at the weigh-ins. And he asked Chavez, what's up, bro? Senior, is this fight a real fight or is it not? And Chavez didn't answer him.
Dang, man.
Sometimes silence is an answer.
That's true.
Silence is mostly a no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Silence is mostly a no. And I know maybe he wasn't part of it, the father, or maybe he didn't know. Maybe he did. I don't know. But at the end of the day, why waste your time in training camp and doing all this just to make weight? Like, that's sad, bro. That's sad that you went up there, you trained just to lose.
And in my opinion, he didn't even look like he was in bad shape.
He didn't even look like he wanted to fight. I never seen him get angry.
Yeah.
I never seen emotion. You know all this shit. You never seen him like frustrated in the corner, like, let's go, man. I'm gonna get this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm tripping, let me know.
Yeah.
I really want some feedback because I don't dislike Jake Paul. I really don't. I just feel like he's doing a dishonor to the sport by not fighting real fights and if it's true everything they say about him, you guys already know. We don't have to speculate or say what he's allegedly doing with these fighters. But I did like one thing that he helped Ben Askren.
Ben Askren? Oh, shit, yeah.
With the surgery, something like that. He was complaining about it. Well, that's good. Anybody's life is worth saving, but there's also a lot of boxers that are going through the same shit.
Right.
That need that help. If you have the pockets for it, that's one way you can win a fan over right here.
And, and because he has the pockets, though, say, why doesn't he ride somebody's undercard? Go fight a ranked dude in the cruiserweight division. But
you can't.
It's, that's you'd gain a little bit more credibility, right? In my opinion, what I don't like is the antics, the corny ass, like fucking shit talking. It's, I don't know, but the YouTube people like that shit. They eat that shit up. So maybe it's just something that, like, the boxing peers, they're just not used to it. You know what I mean? You looking up his box rank?
No, I'm looking up. Okay, so I'm gonna go from top up. He's Badu Jack.
And he was calling all these guys out, man. I don't know, but see, anybody who gets in the ring with that dude, it's gonna be like dishonorable, man. I don't think those guys at the top want to fucking face him.
I'm not gonna read these names.
Yeah,
giving it too much power.
Yeah.
But Soto Ramirez out there posing with him in pictures. Come on, bro. There's so many other guys out there that want to fight for those titles that are worthy of the titles. At the end of the day, do you have to fight? Okay, at the end of the day, we all want to make money. We all want to be champions, right? How much money is too much money? How important is your honor?
Yeah.
Than the money?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We came up with the list.
Sell your soul for
the paycheck.
Dang.
Money goes and comes. You're going to have to pay 40% of that in taxes.
Oh, shit. That's a lot, dude.
You get $10 million, you're giving them $4 million. So then it's just $6.
Uncle Sam's
going to tax you.
God.
And then when you buy the house, you got to pay taxes on that house.
Yeah, you got to pay taxes on everything. You buy a car, you're paying taxes on that shit every year.
So I came up with a list of fighters in boxing. Well, we came up with the list. And somebody else.
Yeah.
And these are 10 fighters who I think would never sell their soul.
Ooh.
And I'll say why I think, and Maggie could give her feedback too.
Let's go.
Number one.
Right into it. Mr. Artur Beterbiev.
I don't think he would sell his soul, because at the end of the day, those young men from that part of the world, it's about honor.
Yeah.
It's about honor, and it's he just want, at the end of the day, it's very important that they can walk home with pride,
right?
With honor and respect into their home,
right? And just to clarify, selling your soul in terms of, yes, they would fight him, but no, they wouldn't take a loss for the sake of the money.
Knowing they can beat him, knowing that they can beat him, because I'm sure Tyson had. I'm not saying Tyson would beat Jake Paul, but yes, he would. And Chavez Jr.
I'm not saying no, but yes.
I'm not saying no, but hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, I don't even want to go back to that.
If Tommy Fury beat him.
Yeah, that's exactly what Chavez said. I'm like, exactly. So had he come out like from the beginning the way he did in the last 3, he would have gotten that fool out of there, because motherfucker was holding on to dear life, dude. But number 2, Mr. Daniel Dubois.
I think he's fought way too hard. I think he's beat everybody that's beat him.
Yeah, right?
And he's made his way back.
The hard way, man.
Hard way.
Yeah.
Nothing has been given to that man. So I don't think he would take a fight where they're like, hey, bro, you're going to have to fight this guy. But see that little line right there? That means you can't win.
Yeah. You got to carry him the whole fight.
Yeah. I don't think he would do that.
Nah, that's
speculation,
crazy.
But that's what it looks like.
Can you imagine? All right. Number 3, I'm curious to hear your logic on this one. Conor McGregor.
He already has too much money.
That motherfucker does have a lot of money.
He has a lot of money.
Got a lot of lawsuits too.
And he has pride. And he's fought his ass off to get. I mean, when he fought Floyd, he tried to win.
Yeah, he really did.
He tried to beat Floyd, So the competitive nature is in him, and I don't really like that motherfucker, but I just think he's a dog.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like a fighter doesn't mean I'm not gonna give him his flowers,
Right. I think at the end of the day, he would really try to take his head off. You know what I mean? As much as he possibly can. I did notice that while they came in at the same weight, Jake looked significantly bigger.
Huge at the fight.
Yeah. Big time.
Let me say the next name.
We pronounce it Deontay Wilder here, but according to you, it's Deontay. I can't even say it.
Wilder.
Deontay. How do you say it?
Deontay.
No, you say Deontay. How do you say it?
Deontay. I don't even know how I say it. Deontay?
Anyway, Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder. Anyways.
Anyway.
I don't think that he would sell his soul. He would give up a win for a check.
Nah, hell nah. Nah, I think he's been through too much, honestly. Just like Dubois,
And if you guys say, well, he's a heavyweight, how he won't fight? He's a cruiserweight. I think when he fought, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, when he fought, who was the last fight he had before Chavez? Tyson. He was 220-something.
Yeah. And I think the heaviest that Deontay ever was 235.
Yeah,
and that's
Deontay's a small heavyweight.
He was trying to put on weight for that, Yeah.
Make it happen.
Make it happen, bro.
You want to get respect in the fight game? But he's not going to want respect when he has millions of followers. That feeds his ego.
Yeah.
To him, that's he's winning.
Yeah.
He got all these guys saying you're the best. And you even have broadcasters talking about he's getting better.
We got to give
How the fuck you headline a fight and you're barely getting better?
That's the crazy part. That's what I'm saying. Find an undercard of a big fucking, like a big card, right? fight on the undercard or the co-main, even the co-main, dude, against a ranked guy, Jai Patai.
Honor. Samoa. All the Samoans I ever met.
Yeah, no.
The middle name is Honor.
Yeah.
Respect. I don't think he would sell himself for a win, for a check.
I don't even think he would step in the ring with that dude, man. He's on legacy road, But
Samoa. So shout out to my Samoan brothers.
Yeah. I don't know how to. I know there's anyway. I don't know how to speak Samoan, but number 6, Mr. Johnny Beck.
Johnny
Beck.
I faced Johnny Beck one time with Cristiano Olivas. We fought at the Staples Center.
Oh, I forgot about that. I was not yet here.
I'm not in the squad yet, but that was one, if you guys can YouTube that fight. That was a hard fight everybody thought we were gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
I like that Brad Goodman. I winked at him like, we're taking you the distance, dog. We might not get that dub.
I'm taking you the distance.
We're taking you the distance.
That dude's rugged. What's his name? El Russo, no?
Yeah, Russo.
He's rugged.
He was a lot more rugged back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Johnny Beck has worked way too fucking hard to give up. I don't know. These guys, I don't know any of them personally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just because we faced them before doesn't mean we know them or been in camp against them or whatever. I don't know them personally. I do know one guy personally, but he's not my homie. Homie is Sean Strickland. He's been to the gym to spar with us. And, I jumped the list right now.
I should have kept the cover.
Yeah. But anyway.
You're doing a Maggie right now.
Yeah. So where did we leave off at?
All right. Johnny Beck next. Mr. Dimitri Bivol.
Oh, come on, boy. That fool forgot to fucking beat Canelo.
Yeah, he fucking didn't get the memo, dude.
That guy is special.
He is.
And he lost to Beterbiev and he got back his dub.
It seems like they're doing a trilogy. I don't know.
So you think? What do you think, What do you guys think that Bivol or Beterbiev would do to a guy like Jake Paul? Honestly,
that's what I would love to see.
You think Jake Paul would go more than 3 rounds? But Beterbiev, I don't see him coming out in the first round.
Nah. What do you mean?
Like, I think he'll knock him out in the first or second.
Yeah.
The most the first.
Fucking Chavez could have done that.
Bivol will break him down like in the 8th.
Mm-hmm. Man, maybe in the 4th. The dude is dying in the 3rd and 4th round. All these fights still can't get no fucking conditioning. All right, number 8.
Sean Strickland.
Let's go. Yeah.
That motherfucker he's just mean. And, and he just voices his opinion. He would not be the laughingstock of anybody.
Has he always been like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be fucking everybody up. He's like, oh, come on. Let's spar.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck.
He's a dick.
But you know what? I think you're 100% correct. I think that this is a guy who he looks down on people like Jake Paul, So, absolutely. I think that he would try to take his head off 100%. And I think he would succeed.
Yep.
All right, number 9. Mr. Chris Eubank Jr.
Rastafari. Too much. His father.
Yeah.
His brother who passed away. Dishonoring the sport for him is huge. Over there, my brothers in across the pond.
Yeah.
Love this sport.
Yeah, that's true.
They love this sport, and Chris Eubank would not be first of all, I don't think he would do it himself, and he would not allow his loved ones wouldn't allow him.
Yeah.
To do something like that.
Yeah.
He would literally try to knock out Jake Paul.
From what I understand, he's gearing up for that rematch in September with Mr. Conor Benn.
Oh, that's not good for Conor.
You know who's also on the, just real quick before you mention the last one? You want to talk about it? Should I tell you after?
No, go ahead.
Okay. No, Brian Orton Jr. against Devin Haney is supposed to be on that card.
We'll talk about that after.
All right.
Shouldn't have said that, though.
But yeah, I asked you.
I should have trusted your mind on that one.
God
Let's
damn.
go to the last one.
All right, last one. Mr. Alexander Usyk.
Motherfucking Usyk.
Too much honor, too much pride.
Just alone what his country's going through.
Yeah.
That motherfucker would not submit.
Yeah.
Especially what they did to his president. I'm not going to get all political on you guys.
When they were
clowning him.
My boy was only wearing a T-shirt and a...
Yeah.
He didn't get the the dress code.
Usyk would annihilate.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
And he smiled with his little gap teeth and shit. Like,
I remember his face in the middle of that Tyson fight. The first fight, I was like, "Ooh, something's gonna switch right now," and it sure did. Mm-hmm. You can see he dug deep in the mine. Yeah.
Yeah. So the guys like that, you know,
they're not just gonna lay.
Another thing that I saw after the fight was over, they asked Chavez Jr., "How did you feel about your son?" You know, man, I'm just so happy.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy that he's gonna be. He fought. He's coming off his addiction and this and that. And one of my boys from Ponle Deportes, who's my boy, I said, if that's selling a fake story, because you said you're gonna knock out.
Right. That there's no way that he could beat him. Like, there's just no way, not in this world.
All of a sudden, your dad is just happy you got in the ring.
Yeah, because of all you've overcome to get there. Which, yeah, that had he said that, like you said, right? Had he said that before, I think things would have been a little different.
A little different, you know? And, yeah. That
a lot of people are upset with him.
They should be.
Like, yo, why are you over here selling? I can't remember who else I listened to their feedback, like on YouTube. They're saying, like, yo, how did this dude just lie to everybody?
Exactly what he did. And all of a sudden we have to feel sorry for him because he's coming off his addiction. There's a lot of addiction out there, man. Motherfuckers still go to work and they're addicted to drugs.
Right.
You know, people are addicted to alcohol and they're still out there struggling and still working. Your job happens to be different.
Yeah.
You know, and now you're going to go in there and cash out. You better take care of that money.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for real. 40%.
Broken into the fucking, yeah.
But, yeah, man. You want to talk about that fight?
Yeah, let's talk about Brian Norman Jr.
Against Devin Haney, dude. Damn, I just ran into the mic. Goddamn.
What do you think about that? Is that because of the turkey making that fight happen, or is it Haney wanting that fight?
You know what? I don't even know how this happened. Because he could have fought Teofimo.
Who could have fought Teofimo?
I think Haney. Haney could have fought Teofimo. Haney could have fought Ryan again, but I'm assuming Ryan's got hand problems. There's some drama going on there. I don't know it. I don't know if anybody out there knows what's going on, but supposedly him and Golden Boy are at it again. I don't know if he's upset that they didn't make that fight.
But just like he gave props to Jake Paul, they're always going back and forth, and now he's saying Jake Paul's a legitimate fighter. He's everywhere.
All over the place, but yeah, Brian Norman Jr. coming off of a crazy knockout, I think a couple weeks ago. He's on a roll. He is on a roll right now, and I have him beating Devin Haney.
Oh, he's destroying them, dog. Now that Turkey says no more running.
Yeah.
And no more clinching.
That's why they're not making it till September, but you gotta prepare for that shit, boy.
Oh wow! I predict like a 7th or 8th round knockout.
Yeah. No running. I was about to say, well, if Brian could catch him, but yeah, that's, you know what a great fight. I think Brian is a couple years, if not a little bit more, younger than Devin. But these guys you could say that Devin Haney's in his prime. He's got over 30 fights.
Yeah.
You know, Brian Norman Jr. has got like 20-something fights. He's a young kid, 23, 24 years old. I think, you know, for him, he's great. He's a good, you know, great fighter. However, I think he still has a little bit work to do in order to jump into the mainstream.
Another level.
Right? You know, and I think this is the fight, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be good. I mean, that's good for Brian Norman, to tell you the truth. Devin, if you think that Ramirez will hit hard, brace yourself, kid.
Get starched, dude. I really hope he does a good camp and gets over that whole, you know, getting hit situation.
The fight of the night, man. Floyd Schofield.
Man.
Against Tevin Farmer.
Yep.
I didn't see that.
I did.
You saw that knockout? No, you saw it happening. Like
yeah.
you knew it was going to happen.
Oh, no. I thought you meant like you didn't see the fight.
See it coming.
I was like, the whole thing's on YouTube. It's like 2 minutes long.
I didn't see it coming.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I misunderstood.
I thought Schofield would win a decision.
Yep. I was getting ready to sit there and watch the whole fight, like the whole 10 or rounds or whatever it was.
Murataya is my boy.
Yeah.
Our boy.
Mm-hmm.
Murataya couldn't knock out Tevin Farmer.
Yep. He had trouble with him.
Who else was the other one? Cepeda?
William Cepeda Camarón.
He couldn't knock out Tevin Farmer.
In 2 fights.
2 fights.
24 rounds.
Schofield knocked him out in the first round.
I do want to mention, right, because
styles make fights.
Yeah, styles make fights. And also they were saying that it was a 91-day turnaround between the Cepeda fight and the Floyd Schofield fight. It was like roughly like 3 months, right?
Yeah.
And you gotta take into consideration the wear and tear from Cepeda, the fights and the camps, you know. So did that affect him? I don't know. He was sharp. You know, you gotta assume that he was sharp, right? From all those
Schofield's
fights.
a little faster than both those guys.
Yeah.
Schofield is faster than Cepeda and Murataya.
And explosive.
So styles make fights. You know, those guys are really good with. There's gonna be people that Schofield fights that he will not hurt, and then Murataya can knock them out.
Right.
You know, that's how this game is. You know, you got it's a, you know, the matchmaking.
Mm-hmm.
The matchmaking has a lot to do with it. So
absolutely, man. Floyd Schofield, I think that was probably the best he's ever looked. Like you said, there's gonna be guys he can't knock out, like Hiron, right?
Yeah.
That guy's rugged.
Yeah.
It's hard, but he can fight Murataya, you know, in a couple fights or something, and get knocked out in the first round too. So, yeah, that was great to see because, you know, the kid was coming off of a crazy roller coaster after pulling out of the Shakur fight. You know how it is. Some of these kids, you forget. I think he's like 22 years old. Young kids, they're on their phone all the time. They look at all these comments, and whether they want to or not, they're kind of exposed to all that stuff. And with a young mind like that, if you're not equipped with that thick skin, it's easy for all that shit to affect you, you know?
Shakur's fighting Cepeda when?
July 12th, I think.
Not that far away, huh?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Is that closer? Because Adam said, "Hey guys, Serrano's fighting."
I think that might be the same night.
Okay, because he's like talking about that one. I ain't talking about that fight.
I don't
dislike them. It's gonna be the same fight. Kate Holmes with her head and Serrano's face. Maybe 2 more cuts.
Yep, another cut.
But there's no other. She doesn't know how to change her style of fighting.
And they have to. They have to make that adjustment. You know.
Yeah. So Cepeda and Shakur is to me, it's a very good fight. Like if Shakur could convincingly beat up, take Cepeda apart, then I'm a believer of Shakur. Right now, I'm not. He beat an older, undersized Oscar Valdez.
Yeah.
If he beats Cepeda like that, I'm your fan, dude.
And let's see the winner. Let's see Floyd take the winner of that.
Yeah.
Why not? You know, it looks like the 11th is gonna be the women fighting, and then the 12th is gonna be Shakur Stevenson. I'm really interested to see Edgar Berlanga too.
Oh, that's a hard fight from what I hear.
Yeah, and then the Puello against Matias, that's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Those 3 fights and
those are all on the same night.
Yeah, with Shakur.
Oh wow, that's a good card. That's top rank, huh?
Yeah. I know. DAZN.
I
think that's Matchroom. And you got Dave Morrell coming back that night too.
Oh, after his loss to Benavides.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see him.
What's up with Benavides? Does he have a partner?
I don't think so.
Poor dude, man. He can't catch a break. Nobody wants to fight the dude.
Actually, I think he's fighting Smith, the brother. The Callum
Smith.
Yeah.
Caleb Smith.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, because Canelo beat him by arm tear, no?
Was he? Yeah, huh? He was the one who demolished his fucking arm. That's the first time I seen that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what happens for Schofield. That was very impressive. Aside from that, I think what do we have next? No, that's it. July 11th is the next day. July 5th. No, this weekend there's a bunch of shit, but it's like it's across the pond.
I'll be fishing.
Oh, that's right.
Family trip. All the Vargas boys and Dodo. My cousin Ernie. So we call him his nickname Ernie.
I was like, who's Dodo?
Dodo's Ernie, dog, and a couple. We're gonna go out there fishing. It'll be fun. Bahia de Los Angeles.
You excited? This is your second time doing that.
Second time. Ernie's been doing it with Oscarin, my cousin. They've been going for like, I don't know, years.
Yeah.
It was just their thing, dog. And then all of a sudden they fucked up and let me in the trip. And it was getting bigger and bigger.
What you excited? What do you do? I've never been fishing. You know what I'm saying? And I know this is a boxing podcast, but
it's about life.
It's about life. Yeah.
We socialize. We hang out
in the sun.
We show up in the sun. It's 105 degrees. Probably feels hot.
Damn, is that hot over there?
Yeah, it's hot. It doesn't feel hot when you're in the boat. It feels hot when you hit the land. It's hot, but I mean.
No, I understand what you mean because I've been out there.
We eat ceviche. We just kick it and eat seafood and mingle and talk with the cousins.
Yeah.
It's fun.
That's super rad.
I'm excited.
Right on. Oh, shall we say what we got going on as a team?
Jose Cholet just signed a fight with our promoter, Victor Flores. He got us a fight with a young man out of LA, I think.
Mm-hmm.
David Romero. He's undefeated.
Is that his name? I forgot.
Yeah, it's Romero or Moreno, one of those two. We'll know your name. Trust me, we'll know your name, but we're fighting you. So
yeah,
it's a good fight. Jose 6-1, and the kid 7-0.
Mm-hmm.
I think he trains with our homie Omar, and out there in LA, he's part of the team, and it's like fighting a person that is undefeated, or those get me up. Those fights get me excited, and that's what boxing is all about. Going out there and trying to beat a guy, take their all away.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. Jose started camp today. He's been in training, but now camp started. So we added his dad to the team. His dad's involved now, too. We got Eric Bonilla, Maggie Duarte, and myself. We're just the squad. So,
I think I thought about this. This is what boxing needs, right? These young guys going at it. They're young in their career. How often do you see guys who are taken care of, if you want to talk about it, or the padded record, whatever you want to call it. How often do you see these guys facing somebody equal to them so early in their career?
You don't hardly see it.
You don't see
very
it.
Very rare, yeah. Very rare.
So it's like, because Javin did too. He faced
He's faced a couple guys, yeah.
Yeah, tough competition early in his career. So has Kyle, So it's like, we're fighting the people who evenly matched, man. So we're super looking forward to this. I think it'd be nice to set that trend, dude. Just fight each other, man. That's what it's about. You take that next step. It's like milestones in your career,
Yeah, sometimes guys don't want to fight nobody good, and they do it when they're like 15-0, and then they lose and they retire.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the fuck? All those years just to retire off one loss?
Right.
We've taken a couple of hiccups. We've won some tough fights, but at the end of the day, that doesn't define who you are. A lot of fighters give up with a loss. Like, that's nothing, bro. Some of the best fighters ever had 3-4 losses, 6 losses, 7 losses, whatever it fucking was. They found a way to win.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about on the undercard. I can't remember the name of the fighter. Oh, my God. I'm going to feel stupid for bringing this up, man. So, on the undercard, there was a guy from Argentina who had 15 losses.
Oh,
it was on YouTube free.
Oh, I don't think it was probably, was it before Joel?
Yeah, it was right before that fight.
Oh, I didn't get to watch it.
Before. This guy was, had 15 losses, and he fought a guy who was undefeated or 1 loss or 1 draw, and he was a favorite, and he got beat up.
Dang.
Yeah. So, yeah, sometimes these guys, they take care of them 25s and they throw them in the fire, and they don't know how to fight. They don't know how to face adversity. How do you say
adversity?
Adversity.
You remember that fight, the first fight that Chris Lieben refed?
Yeah, that's the same situation
very
happened
similar.
Too.
You go out there, you try and look cute, got your pretty little fucking fight suit, and this guy coming over here with the same shit he's worn the last 15 fights. It will take you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't pat your record, guys. I mean, I understand that you want to be, but that's like a fake 15-0. That's a fake 20-0.
Yeah, man.
And they haven't fought a live body yet.
Yeah.
One time I got criticized when we fought, and I lost a fight in Vegas. I forgot who it was. And the guy that was talking about me had the guy that brought it up.
Yeah.
I said, bro, you're undefeated, but all your fights in Tijuana, you paid for your fighters. You're not a prize fighter. You're a paid fighter.
Yeah. Dang.
You're a paid fighter, not a prize fighter.
Yeah.
When you get a paycheck that's a prize fighter, not when you're paying for every single fight.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never heard of it being put that way.
And then you're gonna criticize us because we take a risk and fight a real live body.
Yeah.
In the Big Apple or New York or LA and the big undercards. Come on, bro. You're fighting in Tecate and Mexicali and Tijuana, which is my hometown. I love it. Champions come out of there.
Yeah.
But you're not facing the good guys.
Right. Absolutely, man. It's a different animal. I think everybody who comes here, no matter where you come from, you know that here you're gonna get tested for sure.
Mm-hmm. And even then, you can get clipped by one of those fools with those taxi drivers can fight in Tijuana.
I know that's what a lot of people are like, oh, who do you fucking find a taxi driver?
Go find a random one and get in a fight with him. See what happens.
Don't be surprised, motherfucker.
And back in the days, they used to have Nextels, the radios. You're gonna get in a fight. One of them, they hit the chirp, and then everybody would show up. All the cab driver mafia.
Where you at?
And it's that way. Yeah. So I think, what else do we have to bring up about fighting?
That was about it. We touched on a couple of fights. I think the that matchup, right, between Griffin and Rodriguez, the kid had just got signed to MVP. Mr. I think
he came out with Jake Paul at the weigh-ins. Yeah. They had just signed him a month into his signing.
Yeah.
He gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Last round, I think it was.
It was a tough fight.
I'll give Jake Paul props because he could put some good shows.
Yeah.
This was a good show. This was a good show. Good fights, evenly matched. Jake Paul, you're good at promoting.
I think they linked up with Oscar.
They had
Golden
to.
Boy. Yeah.
They had to. He was there.
Yeah.
They have to.
And some of his fighters were on there.
Yeah, some of his fighters were on there. He was at the weigh-ins. He was at he was at all that.
Right.
You have to. You have to get with the promoter who knows what he's doing.
That was a good move. Yeah. That was a good move because all those fights were really good. I think except for the Zurdo fight, they were all, and obviously the main event, they were all TKOs or KOs. So
there's a promoter with Jake Paul. He helps Jake Paul. Maybe you guys know his name. Write his name. He's like a Middle Eastern looking dude, skinny, bald-headed.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
That motherfucker acts like he's going to fight somebody, bro. All the promoters that I've ever been around from, Al Heyman's never seen, but Tom Brown, who helped run PBC.
Yeah.
Even his helpers like Harvey Strada, Brad Goodman, Top Rank with Bob Arum, Bruce Trampler, PBC, Golden Boy, Eric Gomez, when Robert was there and even Oscar, those guys are all cool.
Yeah.
That dude, man, I don't know what his fucking name is. He acts like he's like the shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, and Turkey too, man. He acts like money's money, bro. But damn. He acts like he owns all these fighters.
Yeah. I don't know. I hear mixed reviews, man. I hear people saying, whatever. Hey, they treat them like they're just,
a commodity.
Yeah,
like
commodity,
whatever.
exactly. Perfect word. And I hear, oh no, they take the ring, they take care of you, and it's like I don't even know what the fuck to believe, man. All I know is we've fought with different promoters, and we have our list of promotion companies. We haven't fought. We can't judge Turkey yet because we haven't been there, but we've been with PBC, with Top Rank, with Matchroom, with Golden Boy, all of them, and they're all in their way unique. They're always like right there with each other. Mm-hmm. They all. Maggie has her favorites. I like them all. Yep. They're all kind of cool with me, so because I've been dealing with the matchmakers and those guys for years, and they treat me. Sometimes we don't have the best hotels or the best food, but at the end of the day, they take care of us. Yeah, I just like to make sure that the fighters are getting taken care of.
Of course,
no matter if you're A side or B side, you should get treated the same because you're both risking your lives equally in the ring.
So I don't even know if we have sponsors anymore, but
we don't.
Today we're sponsored by Hits.
We're looking for a sponsor.
You guys want to sponsor us? Know where to find us. Oh, we're sponsored by Adam too.
We are?
Adam's our main guy.
Oh yeah, we're getting new headphones maybe.
Hell yeah. On that note, you guys, please, any topic you guys want us to talk about, hit like, share, subscribe. Comment. Subscribe's are getting a little higher. We just bump them up. If you guys take the time and hear us, subscribe, bro. It means a lot. It means the road to us.
Hell yeah, it does, man. And we'd love to get the topics and all that stuff because we just come up with this shit off the top of the dome. We just literally before we get here, we just kind of brainstorm and make it happen.
Yeah, we want to keep it as organic as possible.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Nelson Lopez Jr. He was out there with Wilder. He's working with him, and they got that dub.
That's what's up.
Shout out to my boy Nelson Lopez. I'm gonna tag you on this fool. He's a good homie of mine, and hopefully we link up again soon. He's doing a lot of stuff outside the boxing ring and inside the boxing ring.
That's what's up. Kudos because got Deontay back on that win.
That's how you say it? Deontay?
Deontay.
Mr. Wilder. All right, on that note, thank you guys.
Yeah. Peace out.
Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.